Hi, my name is Mackenzie Pites, but most people just call me Kenzie. I've lived and grown up in Garden City my entire life. I'm taking courses at the Garden City Community College and transferring my credits to the University of Kansas come fall. I will be attending the University of Kansas for 4 years, studying to become a neonatal nurse. As for my family, it gets quite complicated. My parents are divorced, leaving me with two separate families. On my dad's side, he is remarried. I have a stepsister named Taya, and my two biological sisters, Kayla and Caitlin, live there, as well as my brother. On my mom's side, she is remarried as well. I have two half brothers named Chance and Miles, a stepbrother named Aiden, and two stepsisters named Brittany and Maya. I'm also an aunt to a niece named Adeline, and will become an aunt to a nephew who comes soon. Like I said, quite complicated. Growing up in a large family has taught me to become compassionate in all that I do. There are many things that make me who I am, such as my family, my interests, and my work. Some of my interests include watching sports, specifically KU basketball, spending time with my family and friends, and going on adventures. Sports, I've grown up around sports my entire life. I started in the YMCA league and ended in high school. I played sports such as volleyball, basketball, t-ball, softball, and ran track in middle school. When college basketball rolls around, there's a 98% chance you'll find me either watching the TV, or attending the games in person. When basketball ended in high school, I was very sad, but I realized that I played basketball my entire life. In middle school, I was on a traveling basketball team and spent most of my time practicing. As for family time, I know it's important, and college will be taking some of that away. The one thing that my family likes to do is go to the lake. When we go to the lake, we'll either jet ski, we'll wakeboard, we'll tube, and we'll tie off to let the children swim. Once we're done with that, we'll go into shore, we'll eat, and we'll sit around the campfire, go to sleep, and repeat the next day. It's quite tiring, but one of my favorite things to do. As for my friends, we try to find adventures here in Garden City. We like to go to the river and ride ATVs. I personally like to canoe at the lake, and we go on spontaneous road trips. I canoe at the lake in Scott because our lake did dry up here. I'm not a person to just sit around, so when you can't find me with my friends and family, you'll find me at work. I've had many jobs since I became 16, including my jobs now at Dick's Sporting Goods and as a CNA. I like working at Dick's because I get to interact with people 24/7, and I get to help children in finding the sport that they love. I became a CNA my junior year as I got my certificate in high school. From then, I started working in retirement homes and in their homes to help care for the elderly. I enjoy this job because I get to be compassionate and caring for those that aren't able to care for themselves, and I love spending time with them. I get to learn a lot of new things about them and their many different backgrounds that they have. After I graduate college, I plan to work in the NICU in a large city. Growing up in a small town has made me want to have a change of scenery, so I want to work in a city that's much larger than Garden City. I think it will open up a lot of opportunities in the work field as well as meeting new people. In conclusion, I find myself to be a compassionate person about everything I do and do everything to 100%. Whether it be in work, helping others, and everyday tasks, I take pride in it. I like to believe people see me as a person with these qualities, as well as someone that is kind to others. My family and friends, sports, and work make me the person that I am. Thank you for listening, and I hope this speech helps you in learning more about me.